Welcome back to Upper Michigan Today, everybody. We are still here with members of the Body Liberation Hiking Club of the Upper Peninsula. There's chapters all over the place. You should give them a follow on Instagram and see the great work that they're doing. I guess, Melinda, Heidi, how are you hoping to propel this body positivity movement through these hiking events?
Yeah, so I think something that I always think of is how does it translate into your life? So for example, through my friendship with Heidi, and then also just like the hiking and empowerment and doing like really hard things, you know, last fall, they were talking about hiking up Hogsback, and I was like, Hogsback. Anyway, whatever it's called.
Jury's out on
that one.
It's really hard.
Yeah, so it's really hard things, all around. But like, I was like, I don't know if I can do that. And then like that reminder of like, you can do this at your pace. And there was one point in the hike where I literally like was like really like afraid, like, cause there was a part I was like, I don't want to fall, you know, all these things. And like, everybody was just so encouraging. Like, what do you need right now? Like, do you need us to sing and be obnoxious and get you through it? Or do you need us to be quiet? I was like, quiet. Like, I have to think this through. But I think that those moments where we push ourselves, and I did it. Like, I got up it. And, you know, it translates into life. You know, so it's like, maybe it's going into your doctor's office and saying like, hey, you know, I don't want to be weighed in the hallway. Like, can we, you know, weigh in the scale? Or like not making it a thing, like making it, you know, just caring for yourself and breaking those boundaries, which allows you to do that in life in general. So
Heidi, why did it matter to you so much to create this group? Why is it so important for propelling this movement forward?
This is a great question. I could probably talk for the next hour on this question.
Well, we have 18 minutes.
Yeah, I will try to be, I'll try to be quick. For someone who has always been in a larger body, I started trying to change my body shape in middle school. And took some pretty drastic measures, ended up in some pretty unhealthy places. And for me, knowing that we are providing somewhere where people can learn, like, your body is good, your body is worthy, your body is deserving of respect, and we're gonna show you how that's done. And, you know, not just for yourself, not just so that someone can get out there and be like, yeah, I can do this. And I now have that confidence to do something in, you know, another aspect of my life. But also, I have seen as I talk with people, as people come who maybe are in a straight-sized body or who maybe have never really thought about this before but just know someone and want to hang out with the group or whatever it might be, the ripple effect is huge. And like that ripple effect is changing lives. So it's something as simple as seeing me call ahead to the Kayak and Guide Company and making sure that the weight limits are, you know, we can sit in the kayak, or making sure that they're the sit on top ones so that people have the accessibility to get in and out easily. I have had people who have never thought about doing that before reach out to me and say, okay, what questions do I need to ask? Because my friend wants to go do this with me, but I know that she's worried about that. And so, you know, I can guide them through, or someone who has been on one of these events with us knows, okay, these are the things that we had to think about. Here's what you need to ask for your friend. And for that person's friend, the safety that comes from not having to be the one who asks, not having to be the one to make sure, not having to be the one to drive an hour and a half to wherever you're going and then have to turn around and come back because you don't fit in the gear. Making sure that that kind of thing is happening is such an incredibly freeing experience, you know, for everyone involved. Body liberation as a whole, like the whole idea, it's a social justice movement that is designed to really break down these societal and political like forms of oppression. You know, to give you some statistics, again, I told you I could talk for hours. You know, the only state in our country that has legal protection for people in larger bodies is Michigan. In every other state in this country, you can be fired for being overweight. You can make less money for being overweight. For women in particular, for every 10% of their body weight that they gain, their salary goes down by 6%.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So like these are really big things. We've probably all heard about the Harvard implicit bias test, right? People have probably taken it before. Over the last few years of giving or having that test being taken, every implicit bias has gone down except weight discrimination. It has gone up. 40% of nurses admit to feeling repulsed by their obese patients. Up to 70% of physicians report that they see an obese patient as being lazy or ignorant or non-compliant.
So it sounds like there's a lack of tolerance for people with bigger bodies.
It's everywhere. And for a lot of us, we take it on ourselves. We go to the doctor's office, we get told that the root of all of our problem is our weight, and we start doing things that are really scary and unhealthy.
Yeah.
One of the most dangerous mental health conditions in our country, the most deadly mental health condition in our country, they're eating disorders. And so like this is very, very impactful, not just for those of us in larger bodies, but for everyone else around us to see that what they thought they knew about being in a bigger body may not be true.
Yeah. I think what you said about like it's changing lives, I would also say like it's saving lives, because we know that being in safe community and being accepted as we are, moving our bodies, all of these things are good for our mental health and emotional health. And I think that like, you know, just in light of everything recently, it's like thinking about how can we create safe spaces where people can reach out and feel loved and accepted as they are, because it's not just this like hiking club, but it's like we're welcoming people in, we're inviting people in to be who they are in that space. And yeah, I think it's changing and saving lives. Isolation is a huge thing, and people are just welcome as they are.
Right.
And there's some upcoming opportunities to get involved beyond the clothing swap that's happening tonight. There's some hikes. We have some information that we can get up on our screen before we go to a break. So this first one that you're looking at right now, that's your January hike. That one's happening Saturday the 25th at 10 a.m. You can see the location up there and kind of the mileage, and then moving into February, Sunday, February 26th, 11 a.m. By the way, everybody, I got all of this information from Instagram, so you can find it on there right now.
I try really hard to keep everything out there.
You run a great social media page over there, and of course, I will make sure to share this information to our website so you can get involved as well. And then another upcoming one in March, Sunday, and this one sounds like it's going to be a good opportunity to maybe do some cross-country skiing or snowshoeing.
Which terrifies me, but we're going to do
hard things.
We can do hard things.
You can do hard things. Cross-country skiing is so fun once you get started, but it can definitely be a
I grew up in
challenge.
Florida, so anything with like boards attached to my feet is terrifying.
Oh, hey, I grew up in Marquette, Michigan, and anything with boards attached to my feet is terrifying. We do have so much more to talk about, though, more events. We have to take another commercial break, but we'll pick this up when we come back.